All right, y'all, let me let a few more people into the lobby. Second. Let me know if you have any questions while we're getting people in here. I'm going to put this whiteboard up so you all don't have to look at my face. Let's see. Somebody got a new job right after they got certified. I didn't know. He just told me, congratulations to him. All right. Let's go ahead. Let me make sure nobody's still in the lobby. What's up, everybody? What's up, all the folks on YouTube tuning in to Sabbath Thursday? Thank you for joining us tonight. All right, tonight we're going to keep it short and sweet, just like the other Sabbath Thursday, so everybody can get some rest. We want to do, and we got some more people coming in the lobby. We are going to do a mock interview. All right, this is going to be a group mock interview. The primary reason for us doing this is because we have a bunch of students that have interviews coming up, and they've been interviewing left and right. We just want to make sure that they have the basics down pat. Okay, wrong code. All right, we want to make sure they have the basics down pat. What's up, Prada, Nana, Caleb, Larry, Terrence, everybody's in here. We might have a few people straggling on in a minute. But hey, you all, this is going to be a group mock interview. I don't want to pick on just Caleb because he's one of the folks in here with the interview, or just pick on one person. Let's all answer this together. So I want you all to try and be confident when you're answering these questions during your interviews. Right? Because confidence is everything. And the way we become more confident is by studying. All right, we got to study. Just like we studied to get Security Plus certified, we got to study to get this job. It's going to take the same effort to get in as we use to get certified. Let me do this. All right, so I have I almost cheated you. I forgot I was going to give you I'm going to give you the questions first so you all can try to think of your answer. I'm going to put it in the chat on Zoom. Actually, I'm going to put it on Discord. Well, no, let me just put it on Zoom. These are the topics that I'm going to touch on. All right. And I'm going to write it on the board so everybody on YouTube can see it. OSI model is going to be one. Okay. Encryption, hashes, TCP, UDP, and an incident response process. Hey, if you all know somebody's waiting in the lobby and I haven't let them in, just let me know or send me a message on Discord so I can let them in, because I'm not paying attention to that screen right now. All right. Ready, Caleb? Ready, everybody?
Yeah.
Everybody else, don't leave Caleb hanging now.
Yep. But how do you want us to answer? Like, through just like speaking, or?
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do this all out loud together. All right, because we want to practice articulating this stuff. We want to practice saying it out loud, like not typing it out. All right. So let's just kick it off with this. We're gonna knock two out at the same time. Give me the difference. Tell me the difference between TCP and UDP.
All right. So the difference between TCP and UDP. Basically, for the UDP, it's more connectionless. Like it'll connect, but it won't connect to the internet like right away. But TCP, you know, it sets up the connection, but it'll actually connect to the internet. So for example, like UDP, it kind of like say you want to connect to a specific device or like the internet, like it'll load, but it's like it won't connect all the way. So for example, like FaceTime, you have like the buffering and it will just keep loading. But for TCP, it's not like connectionless. Like it'll actually go through, and set up the connection.
Okay, good job. Anybody else want to add to this? Anybody else have a different flavor they want to spin? Larry, were you about to say something?
I was gonna say like they both connect or establish connections either way. So that's also something we can add to it.
Okay.
I got one.
Go ahead.
So TCP most of the time uses HTTPS, HTTP, while UDP utilizes like video conferencing, streaming, DNS.
Good job. We're missing something really important with TCP.
Faster?
Is it the three-way handshake?
Yeah, what's that about? You can't, if you have an interview about TCP versus UDP and you don't use the three-way handshake to help explain what TCP is or how it's different from UDP, you're kind of leaving out a big chunk of the right part of the answer.
Okay, gotcha. But yeah, I can explain that process.
Go for it. So
pretty much the three-way handshake, I guess, is like the way, I guess, like I want to say user or device connects to like another server. So pretty much the user sends a send packet to the server to see if there are any open ports. And then the server responds with a send ACK packet saying, hey, the port is open, or hey, the port is closed. And then the user device kind of acknowledges that with the ACK packet to confirm what the server gave the user.
Good job, man.
Yeah, and am I saying it right though? The user, is that what you would?
Yeah, you could say the user, the endpoint, right?
Okay.
It's a session being initiated by something, right? And yeah, your user, your endpoint is sending this send packet. Hey, are you available? Right? Can I establish this connection with you? Yes, I'm available. That's an ACK. Okay, thank you for letting me know that you're available. I'm going to start sending you data. Right? The big difference, right? You mentioned the difference. One is connectionless, and one is established. Well, I'm sorry, you confused me actually. So one of them, right? They're both establishing a connection. Okay. One of them is using a three-way handshake. They're making sure that somebody is on the other end before they establish that connection. That's this three-way handshake. Hey, are you there before I start sending you data? Okay, UDP is known as connectionless sometimes only because they're not doing this three-way handshake. Okay, UDP, I'm just sending you the data. I don't care if you're there or not, right? And that's where you were getting at with the buffering, right? With FaceTime. If somebody's FaceTiming you, you start losing connection, the data is still going to come to you, right? They don't care if you're in the woods or under a tunnel, they're still sending you the data. So good job on that. That was a really good one. All right, good job, everybody. So we knocked those two out. That's how you would thoroughly answer TCP versus UDP. We talked about what it is. We gave examples. Caleb, you did a good job with the FaceTime thing. And then we gave more details with the three-way handshake. We gave more examples of why it was different. And we talked about how we could use it, right? You talked about going to a website, I think, and you mentioned FaceTime for UDP. So good job. All right, let's knock out another two. The difference between encryption and hashes. And YouTube, please feel free to give us your answers as well. Throw it in the chat. I'll go ahead and say it out loud. We want to get everybody involved who's getting ready for an interview. We can all practice at the same time. So what is the difference between encryption and hashing? Interview style, right? Not come to your style.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Good job.
So pretty much the encryption changes like the plain text into a ciphertext. And the hash, I guess, is designed to do the same thing in terms of changing like the clear text to the encrypted text, or not encryption. Let me not say that, but the ciphertext. The only difference is that I guess you can go back with the encryption to change it back to the original plain text, but with the hash, you can't go back. It's irreversible.
Is that all you would do in this interview to answer that question? Would you leave it at that? Tell me what it is. You said encryption is two-way. You said hashes are one-way. Okay, you told me what it is.
Yeah. So I guess pretty much there are different versions of each. Like encryption has the symmetric and then the asymmetric. So pretty much symmetric, you need the key to decrypt and dang, I'm starting to get a fog. But symmetric,
help them out, y'all. If you need some help them out. Throw the alley-oops in there.
Yeah, so for symmetric, you need the key to decrypt and encrypt.
The same key, right?
Same key, yes.
Okay.
And then I'm assuming asymmetric.
Don't assume, you know it.
You need two keys, correct?
Right.
Yeah. So
what
you need
two keys. Anybody remember those two keys for asymmetric encryption? You got it.
It's not stream, right?
No, that's a type of. You're talking about the keys. The keys.
Is it RSA and DSA?
Well, that's a type of algorithm, but asymmetric encryption uses two keys. One key to encrypt, the other key to decrypt.
Oh, private and public. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what?
Y'all are tripping. You know that. Public and private key.
Yeah, private and
public. Give you that one. I was like, oh, they got it. I know they got it. All right. So public and private key. Good job. Is that it? Yeah. I mean, anything else you want to add to this?
I guess would I go into details of like when we use or why we use encryption or specific examples?
Why not?
I guess like I can bring in like trying to connect to a specific like site. Like you want to.
You don't even have to overcomplicate it that much, right?
Yeah.
You can keep it really simple. Just talk about encryption. Talk about what you know, right? Encryption. You started off really good. Encryption. It's a two-way algorithm. We use it to encrypt and decrypt. Plain text, ciphertext back to plain text. We have asymmetric encryption, symmetric encryption. One uses two keys, the other one uses one key. Okay. They both have different algorithms. They both have different purposes. Right? We can use asymmetric encryption if we're trying to encrypt files or things over the internet. Symmetric encryption, you can use that for speed if you want to because of the stream cipher, right? Then you have your block ciphers. right? AES, dash, triple dash, all those folks. Okay, asymmetric encryption. I think Larry mentioned RSA, DSA. Those are different algorithms with encryption, right? And what do we use encryption for? Right, to implement confidentiality, keep things private and confidential. Boom, that's it. You don't have to do more than that, because what we just did just now by doing it the way we did it, we answered the questions they were already going to ask us. You know, with encryption versus hashing, you start with encryption. There, follow-up questions are going to be, hey, what are the types of encryption? What is this? What is that? And if they weren't going to follow up with that, boom, you just scored yourself some bonus points, because they're going to remember that when they're looking at the pile of resumes in their interview notes, when it comes down to picking one candidate from another. All right, then with hashes, we have our different algorithms, MD, you have SHA, and you did a good job, one-way algorithm, right? You can't, well, it wasn't created to be reversible, right? But we know that where there's a will, there's a way. And what do we use hashes for, right? What of that triad can we use hashes to enforce?
Integrity.
Integrity, right? And I would have thrown that in there too. We use encryption for confidentiality. We use hashes for integrity. That's how you want to give an answer, because it shows what you know, okay? Most people are just going to say what the answer is. Not everyone goes into detail, right? They don't go into the what, the why, the examples. And it doesn't have to be complicated, right? We kept it very simple. We kept it strictly to the fundamental. Okay, good job. Calvin just said he has an interview next week, Thursday. Let's go. Any questions on that, y'all? Was that understandable or any confusion? All right, and good job, Caleb.
Thanks.
Yeah, so the next one, let's do any meeting my email catch site right. So I need to pick this one right over. So I pick this one right over here. All right, OSI model. What is the OSI model? That is the question. Go ahead and open up Discord. Go to the notes and resources section.
All right. I mean, just from the beginning, OSI is the open system, is an interconnectivity model. And basically there are 7 layers. Basically, it helps establish like the path from a physical device to eventually like what you're trying to get to on the internet. And so pretty much in steps, the physical layer is basically like a device, like a computer, or like maybe like a cable, something along the lines that you can like physically see. And basically that's like the first level. Second layer is the data link layer, which includes the switch. And this kind of establishes like all of the local networks. It connects like devices that are on the actual local network. But to get to the internet, we have to go through level 3, which is the network layer. And to actually connect to the internet, you need a router to do that. And basically, in this level, it establishes like a path to like the subnet. to connect to the internet. And the layer after that is layer 4, which is the transport layer. And within this layer, that's when the actual connectivity, like the speaking happens, like when you're trying to talk to the actual like servers. And in this layer, it involves the TCP and the UDP protocols. And TCP establishes the three-way handshake, which involves like the user device trying to connect to the server and the server responding back to the user. And then again, the user acknowledging that. And then the UDP establishes a connection, which is a connectionless. It's not connected to the internet, but it's connectionless. So after this layer, then we have the session layer, which creates a session between your network and I guess whatever you're trying to connect to. And after this layer is the presentation layer, which gives you like a visual display of the site that you're trying to connect to. And the final layer is the application layer, which involves the HTTP, HTTPS protocols. And this is when you actually are able to do things on the site in terms of like login, and it has those features in the application layer.
Bro, that was dope. That was great. Like that was good job. Good
Thanks,
job.
thanks, man.
These are
Quick
all
question.
bonus points right here. All of these are bonus points. What's the question?
I guess my question was, I know these different layers have different ports, correct? Like, do you think I have to go into details of like which port or which protocol is within each layer?
You did good.
You just ended there.
You did great. All right, you could have said, yeah, this is, that you did great. Good job.
All right, thanks.
That was, I asked for the OSI model. You told me what it was. I don't even remember the entire abbreviation, right? But you figured it out. You told me what it was. You told me why we use it, right? You talk about it describing a path from endpoints to the internet or the different endpoints. And then you explained it. You explained the layers. Not only did you explain the layers, you talked about what exists on those layers, all right? What may exist. You see how you answer that? That's how you answer a question. That's how you want to answer every single question, right? That's how you shoot the ball, all right? You keep shooting the ball just like that, all right? Don't switch your form up. Keep doing it just like that.
Cool.
Last one, IDR, Incident Response.
All right, so the incident response process is basically like the process we as cybersecurity analysts or security professionals go through to respond to a threat actor or some type of threat. And pretty much the first step in the process is the preparation, where we create some type of playbook on what kind of attack we're looking at. And that's the first step. The second step, we have to identify what the threat is in terms of like oh man, like the true positive or the false positive within with what the threat is given to us. And I guess we can use different tools such as like Splunk, like SIM tools to kind of examine the threats. And after this step is the containment step, which is how we like control the threat in terms of maintaining it. And what we could do is like completely shut things off, such as like disconnecting from the network. And then the fourth step would be eradicating the threat. So this is pretty much cleaning out the bad actor, like in terms of like the threat actor, and trying to wipe like all the things out. So after we eradicate, we move on to recovery, where we place like different detection systems, maybe create some backups, update some things behind the scenes, maybe like certifications. And then after this step, the final one is post incident. And basically, and this is just kind of like reporting and like our findings and kind of putting things together. I forget what specifically is in this category, but it's like the end process.
Right. This is where you're doing your table topic AARs, right? You're going over if everything went right, did something go wrong during this process? Could you have done something better? Should you do everything the same way you just did it? Good job. Good job, good job, good job. You talked about what? You gave the details. You could have added an example such as like a malware download.
Okay.
Or a phishing email. Like, hey, identify this as true positive or false positive. Look at some logs, maybe some DNS logs, some type of proxy logs. Contain it the same way you mentioned it. I mean, everything you said was right? You look at logs, contain it, take it off the network, wipe the system clean, recover, backups, other compensating controls. Then your lesson learned.
All right, gotcha. Question.
What's up?
I know you said for identification, there's like different tools we could use. Like would Splunk be some like a good example of that, or not really?
That's a great example. Splunk is a SIM tool. That's what we're using to identify true and false positives on a daily basis. That's what SOC analysts are doing on a daily basis. They are inside of this identification phase, right? A lot of tier 1 SOC analysts work on that phase. They are identifying things are true positive or false positives. If they're true positive, they usually escalate that up to tier 2. Tier 2 would do tier 2 and tier 3, they'd do the rest of that.
Yeah.
Right. Tier 1 is usually done by the higher tiers too, right? They make the playbooks, they edit the playbooks. The identification phase is usually done by your SOC analysts. They're the ones going through Splunk, looking at all the logs, the proxy logs, DNS logs, Windows logs, all the logs out there. And when tickets come in, when alerts come in, hey, someone downloaded a network Trojan, you go into Splunk and you identify if this is a true or false positive, right? If someone downloaded something, look at the proxy log, see if they went to something malicious, and go through your investigation. Good question, man.
All right, cool. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Any other questions, y'all? Did this help, Prada? Does this help for future interviews?
It did. Thank you so much, guys.
Good.
Yeah.
Hopefully this helped. What was that?
I say good job, Caleb.
Oh, appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, really, you did a really good job, man. Okay.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully it goes well.
No, it will. It will. Just go ahead, study that material we talked about. Go through those labs so you can become more articulate. Like the walkthrough videos, you just want to listen to those, right? Take a drive, listen to it in the morning. Working out, running. The more you listen to it, the more articulate you'll become, right? In practice.
All right, I got you. Appreciate it.
Yep. And that's what everybody who's Security Plus certified should be doing. You all should be working on your story points and going through those different labs, right? Pick your career path, right? We have the career paths on Discords. Pick your career path, whichever one fits you best. Do the labs in that career path. The ones that you definitely need to do and should do, are bolded, right? They'll be the ones that are bolded, right? The labs in their respective career paths, they'll be voted. But make sure you're doing that. That's all you all should be focused on is, well, not all of it. What you should be focused on after getting Security Plus certified is brushing up on your skills, right? That's going through the labs, creating your story points, working on your resume, and working on your elevator pitch, right? And applying to jobs, right? You should be doing those things. Right? Labs, story points, resume, interview, apply. All right, those 5 things you all should be doing after you get Security Plus certified. Your schedule should consist of those 5 things almost on a daily basis, right? Just like you were studying to get Security Plus certified almost on a daily basis. All right, so if there are no other questions, this was a good Sabbath Thursday. Good job, Caleb. Good luck. Good luck to everybody else with future interviews. Please, 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 when y'all have interviews coming up, you don't have to get ready for it by yourself, right? Reach out to us on Discord. You can reach out to a cyber advisor. You can reach out to myself. We can help you prepare, right? Shane is on Discord who's willing to do one-on-ones anytime, right? You just have to reach out. All right, so please, 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 please use the resources. Please use the resources. We're here to help you all win. Other than that, I'm going to check you out next Thursday for the next Sabbath Thursday class. I'm going to see you on Monday. You all have a good night. Stay safe. Hold on to your level. Give them a kiss. And peace.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Great, thank you.